Okay, we're back. What's up? It's Allie. Welcome back to Shattered Time Rewind. When we last left off, Natsuki got her head blown off by her dad. And now we gotta do something about it, I guess. Yeah, that happened. Anyway, we have time loops on our side. It's all starting to make sense now. Natsuki. There was more there. Your dad makes mine look like a friggin' saint. Her very life cut short at the her very life cut short by the hands of her own father. She was forced into a double suicide by him after he went batshit insane. She tried to put up some bit of a fight, only for him to kill her anyway. I don't know what else she could have done, but then what can you do when you're defenseless against someone with a goddamn gun? How bad was her life for everything to end like this for her? Is that why she asked me that question? Why, though? Who's there? What? I looked to see a deranged-looking man glaring right at me. You're not having your way with my daughter! He roars to life as he tries to grab me. I do my best to lift the bed as I get up. I then shove it right at him, sending it and Natsuki's body crashing on him. I can't waste time grieving for Natsuki. I'm sorry, Natsuki, but your killer dad is coming after me now. With no choice, I jump out of the window. I land in some bushes. I look up to see if he's there. He isn't. Good. I run as far as I can go. After jumping out the window, I fell pretty badly and injured my shoulder. But I can't let that stop me now. I have to run. I have to live. I look and see that I'm still clutching Natsuki's diary. Well, there's no point in trying to return it now unless I want to share Natsuki's fate. Her dad is a goddamn psychopath. I managed to make it home. It looks like I outran him. Assuming he was chasing after me in the first place, I wasn't going to bother checking to be sure. I got into the house as fast as I can, making sure I locked the door behind me. I don't think he got a good look at my face, thankfully, but I doubt he's going to give up so easily. After all, I'm the sole witness to his messed up crime. I clean myself up in the bathroom and take some painkillers for my shoulder. Damn. Hopefully this won't be so bad in the morning. I don't think Mom heard anything. I swear she can sleep through anything with how much of a heavy sleeper she is. Lucky for me, I suppose. I get ready for bed, trying to put this whole experience out of my mind. I can't do it, though. I just witnessed Natsuki's father kill her in cold blood like it was nothing. How do you forget something like that? I'm not going to sleep well tonight, assuming I can even sleep at all. June 4th, 2019. Also, for the record, I'm still a bit under the weather, so if my voice sounds weird, it's probably why. And if there are any long pauses, I'm probably disposing of snot within my face. It's time for another day at school. Only this time, it's not even another day. I'm reliving the same damn day as if I were in some kind of movie or video game. Despite this revelation, I got up as I usually did. Mom didn't notice I was missing once again, and I don't have to explain anything to her. Even if I did, I doubt anyone would believe me. Hey, I'm from the future, and I came back to the past to stop a murder. Yeah, they'll send the goons with their white nets to lock me up in a padded room for sure. I wish I didn't have to see that freak chick Amy, or anyone else for that matter. Whoops, too slow. Aw, look at little Edgelord Jr. Are you going to cry? I wish I didn't have to see this dipshit either. You could just, wait a sec and then not bump into him. She's psychotic, but at least Amy is sort of easy on the eyes. This guy makes my stomach churn. I look past him and sidestep him entirely to get to my locker. As I do that, he slams his fist on the locker next to mine. You got some kind of nerve! I give him a vacant stare as I turn to look at him. Talk to me when I'm talking to you! Nah, I'm just going to ignore this asshole. I turn back to face my locker when he continues running his mouth. You think you're too good to talk to me? Hey, answer me! I'm sorry, were you saying something? Speak up. I don't think they heard you in Cuba. As I pass by him, I hear some students snickering to themselves as Joichiro tries to contain his outrage. Get back over here and say that to my face! I'm sorry, I don't speak loser. Maybe you should take Destiny's advice and stop talking. Much like in the previous loop, I hold up my hand in a flapping mouth gesture as I go to class. All the while, he runs his mouth about how I'm so fucking dead or whatever. I swear he's such a waste of oxygen. At the very least, I can hit him where it hurts by mentioning Destiny to him. As I turn the corner, I decide to test out a little theory before going to class. I've got the time, so why not? I look around and walk into a random classroom. The day is just going to repeat itself, so there's no need to worry. What's the worst that could happen? Worst. Getting expelled? No, I wouldn't want to do anything that crazy, even with my curse of repeating the same day. I scan the room and walk up to a girl sitting by herself. Hey.
Me?
What's your name?
I'm Aiko. Aiko Amaya. Or Aiko Amaya.
Who was your favorite teacher in junior high?
That'd be Mr. Aikawa. AKA Mr. Sexy, as me and my friends used to call him. I miss him. God, what I would give to have him over at the school.
That's nice. Well, see ya.
Huh? Hey, wait. What's with the random questions? Were you trying to ask me out? If you are, you're doing a really bad job at it. Get back over here.
Nope, not on your life, sister. I turn on my heel and walk out of that class. Aiko Amaya. Why does that name sound familiar? Whatever. I'll hang on to that seemingly useless information for later. Now then, time to start my day properly. Much like in the previous loop, I'm able to answer almost every question flawlessly, despite not having studied a damn thing. The teachers were impressed while the other students looked at me in shock and awe. I never spoke up in class all that much, and I was never much of a star student, so this must have been a surprise. The lesson was done for this class, so we had time to ourselves before lunch. As I rested my head on my desk, I heard some students whispering about how strange I was being. Someone even said I could rival Monica if I was secretly holding out on how smart I was. Tch, I wouldn't be able to meet her level even if I wanted to. She can keep her spot as being the school idol. I honestly don't care much about my grades these days. I'm brought out of my thoughts by a light tapping on my shoulder. I turn to meet a familiar face. Hello, Mio.
Hallie, are you holding up okay?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Well, I just thought considering the news our homeroom teacher gave us this morning and all.
Yeah, I know. It's a damn shame.
Coupled with what today is, I was just wondering if you were feeling okay.
I'm fine. It's no big deal. I haven't thought about her all that much.
It's okay to miss her, Hallie. She was my best friend. I miss her too.
I know what you're trying to do, Mio, but I just don't want to talk about it right now.
Well, I know you're probably not going to like this, but I need to talk to you a little more. Meet me during lunch.
Just like yesterday. As she heads for the door, a wild animal stampede proceeds to knock her out of the way. I manage to get a hold of her as she stumbles. She looks at me, admittedly flustered.
Oh, thank you, Hallie.
I don't say anything as I let her go and continue on my way. Maybe I can't stop those idiots from knocking her out of the way, but I can at least be there to catch her before she falls. I know that she would have done the same thing for Mio in my position. After all, she was a very headstrong person. Stubborn but graceful, intelligent, and loyal to the end. That fierce loyalty was something I always admired about her. Ugh, damn it. Stop thinking about her. She's gone and there's nothing you can do about it. Thinking about her is only going to make you more of a depressed loser than you already are. Walking to the cafeteria, I hear some footsteps behind me. I turn around and, sure enough, it's the gorilla. Hey.
Oh, sure, now you want to talk to me.
I'm not in the mood to talk to you right now, Joichiro. I know you're here to beat my face in, but don't waste your time.
You think you can order me around, you little punk?
I'm not ordering you around, you dink. I'm just giving you a suggestion. Clearly you've decided to ignore it.
Aw, what? So you don't want to fight me? What's the matter? Are you scared?
Scared of what? You? You're about as scary as the 1960s Banzilla.
Oh, really? Hey, wait, I just remembered something. What was it again? Oh, that's right. What's today?
What's this? Is he actually using his brain for something?
Oh, that's right. Something happened last year. What was that again? Oh, that's right. Wasn't there that one chick who once killed herself?
What did he just say? I know what he's trying to do, and I know I shouldn't fall for it, but damn it, it's working.
What was that bitch called again? I can't remember. Oh well, not like she was all that important anyway. She was just a stupid little...
Before he can finish that sentence, I decked him in the mouth as hard as I could. I swear I could hear a sickening crack. Honestly, it filled me with pleasure hearing that. I had no idea he had a glass jaw. He stumbled back as he looked at me, dazed and a little confused. Keep her name out of your fucking mouth.
Come on, man, I was only playing around.
Keep her goddamn name out of your fucking mouth!
Jeez, man, chill out. It's not like I said something like Kojinawa is a fucking... Slut.
My logic and reasoning were gone in that moment, replaced by a hot, intense rage. One moment he was standing hunched over just in front of me. The next he was on the ground with me kneeling over him, senselessly beating the shit out of him. Other students came by to watch as soon as they heard me yell at him to never say her name again. Just in time to watch the match of the century. Actually, I think it'd be more accurate to call this a massacre since Joichiro wasn't putting up a fight. After I knocked him to the ground, I put all my weight on his legs and started beating it in his face. I didn't care who was watching. I didn't care what the consequences were. Don't you ever say her name again, you hear me? I proceeded to keep punching in his face. I proceeded to keep punch his face in. It sounded like he was trying to speak. What's that? I can't hear you!
Hallie, stop!
Hearing her voice snapped me out of my trance-like rage. I looked down at Joichiro, who seemed to pass out. All eyes were on me as I stopped beating the daylights out of him and I got to my feet. Mio took me by the hand, a pleading look on her face.
Come with me, Hallie. We need to talk, now.
I looked between her and Joichiro lying unconscious on the floor. I looked back at her and nodded. What's with all this past tense stuff now? With her hand griping my wrist, she led me away from all the prying eyes. I don't put up any resistance as she keeps pulling me away. As we keep going, I notice that we pass by the cafeteria. Mio?
This is important.
The last time this happened, we got our food before coming out here. This time, it seems like we're skipping all that and she's cutting straight to the chase. Mio? I feel a stinging sensation on my cheek. It all happened so quickly. I touched my cheek and looked at Mio. She glared at me with tears in her eyes.
What's wrong with you? Do you think Governor would be happy seeing you this way? She never would have wanted to see you senselessly beating up another student like that, even if it is a jerk like Joichiro.
Koto, I fell to my knees, nearly falling to the ground before putting my arms out to support me. I feel something run down my cheek. Blood? No. Mio might be stronger than she looks, but she didn't slap me hard enough to make me bleed. No. Tears. Why now, of all times? I end up sobbing uncontrollably, just imagining what Kotonoha would think of me right now. I haven't cried like this since the day she died. Since the day my grandmother died. Since I lost two people that meant the world to me. Mio gets closer to me, putting her hands on my shoulders before bringing me close to her.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean to hurt him.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Hallie. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. Talk to me. What's wrong? There's more to this than just Kotonoha, isn't there?
I don't. It takes a moment to calm myself down. I haven't cried in front of anyone like this in a long time. If Old Man was here, he'd make fun of me for being so weak to break down and cry like that. Crying in front of a girl on top of it all. Well, that bastard isn't here, thankfully. I inhale and try to compose myself as I get to my feet. You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
Fine, but you better not call the goons with their big white nets to take me away. Mio looks at me astonished before nodding. We both sit down at the fountain. Okay, so this is going to sound bizarre, but this is actually the third time I've experienced this day.
What?
Yeah, I already knew about Natsuki's death because I've already gone through this exact same damn day already. Each time has been a little different, but it's the same damn day. Same weather, same lessons, everything. This time I just spoke to some girl named Aiko and got Joichiro on my case. It's all thanks to that freak chick, Amy. She told me something about how to save Natsuki's life. She told me this story about some guy called Tarankos and how he can turn back time. I glanced between Mio and the ground, struggling to look at her. Her eyes widened, and she hung on my every word. I don't know how she did it, but she got me to do this weird ritual, and before I knew it, here I am reliving this goddamn day over and over again. And for what? I actually saw how Natsuki died, Mio. I actually broke into her house like a fucking criminal, and I hate myself for it. My grandma would be crying in shame if she could see me right now. Hell, Mom would be disappointed, and Kotonoha would never want to talk to me ever again. The real criminal, though, was her piece-of-shit dad. I had to watch him splatter her brains all over her bed like a coward when his little double suicide plan didn't work out. I still see her in my mind, Mio. That day.
You mean...
I nod. I'm losing my fucking mind over her, and I don't know what to do about it. I know I'm supposed to save Natsuki's life, but what the hell does that mean? You didn't see what I saw. It's like I'm going through this all over again, and I'm lost. I can feel my mind spiraling out of control as I slam my face in between my hands. When I'm done, she stands up and grabs one of my wrists and hoists me to my feet. The hell? Hey, I thought you weren't going to call them to take me away.
I'm not. Just come with me. There's someone we need to talk to about this.
What about lunch?
Forget lunch. We have to hurry. Besides, if you really are repeating the same thing, you can eat later.
I follow behind closely as she drags me by the wrist back into the school. With Mio dragging me around, we navigate through the corridors, dodging some suspicious glances as we did so. I'm pretty sure by now everyone knows how I almost killed Joichiro. I wouldn't be surprised if the police would be getting involved soon. But what are we doing here? Considering what happened earlier, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be arrested if I stay here too long.
I know that, Hallie. That's why we have to hurry.
I don't know how this is going to help. If you stay with me, you'll probably get arrested as my accomplice. Mio ignores my little joke as we head up the stairs that lead to the roof. I don't think I've really been out on the roof like this before. It's practically dead out here. The only other person I see is a girl with violet hair and amethyst eyes, reading silently to herself. Wait a minute, I know her. Before I can say anything, Mio continues dragging me by the wrists, taking me right over to her. As I get a closer look, my suspicions are confirmed. Yeah, without a doubt. Yuri Katsura.
Yuri.
Oh, Mio, I don't usually see you up here.
I know it's super sudden, but we've got some trouble. He needs your help.
She looks over at me curiously. Yuri is Kotonoha's cousin, so while we are somewhat acquainted with each other, it's not like we're exactly buddy-buddy or anything.
Trouble? What do you mean?
The kind of trouble I think only you and Kotonoha would know how to solve.
Her eyes widen as she glances between me and Mio. She closes her book and stands up.
Hallie has some kind of curse put on him. He mentions the name Tarenkos.
We've no time to lose then.
I know you'd rather not skip school, but...
No, this is of far more importance than school if he is involved.
I hate to interrupt, but could we move it along? Before the police show up?
Police? Dear Lord, what are you talking about?
Hallie kind of beat Joichiro within an inch of his life for talking bad about Kotonoha.
Yuri stared at me blankly before putting a hand on my shoulder.
I understand. Admittedly, I wouldn't appreciate that delinquent for bad-mouthing my cousin either. Although I can't say I agree with your approach. Let's hurry through the back of the school. I know a few ways to get out of the school discreetly.
If you don't mind me asking, any particular reason why?
Well, let's just say I'd rather avoid interacting with too many people, especially after my cousin's unfortunate passing.
We don't say much else as we weave through the hallways and out of the school.